said that you became frustrated and couldn't take it anymore. I'm sure a lot of people have heard this and can feel that, but they can't make a move because they're so afraid.
Right. This is the nature of fear. It's the duty of fear to keep us afraid. And the society encourages more and more fear in us. It's not like it sets up a kind of a conspiracy to make you afraid of tying your shoes or taking a vitamin out of a pill box because it might be tainted, even though that's plenty of that around. I did notice one time visiting my mother that watching TV, they would have crime shows of showing people in walking through malls and bright lit parking lots in the middle of big cities getting molested or having their car jacked or something like that, so you could make sure that there's no place you can feel safe. But actually the biggest fear we induce ourselves, or we can say we buy into, and that is through desire. The more desire you have, and this is what the culture is about, buying more things and creating more passion for stuff, the more desire you get, whether it's for the next new car or the big screen TV or the new telephone, there's always a fear behind that. And what's the fear? The fear is that you're not going to get what you want. Or once you get it, someone else is going to take it. So this fear just keeps building, and then you end up with so much fear to go through that, like to really take a step into the spiritual world, whether you want to be a monk or a nun or just be a person who lives a spiritual life, you have to have at least a modicum of boldness to be able to push through the fear. Probably the best way to go about doing that is just to cut down on your desires. If you want little and you're willing to live a simple life, spend more of your time in introspection and knowing who you are and what you're here to do, then the desires will fall away because wisdom will arise, and the more wisdom arises, less you want, the more you see things as they are. There's only right now, the present moment. There's only the ability to develop ourselves, evolve ourselves. And once we've gotten to a point where we're able to take care of ourselves, we can take care of other people. And then life becomes very easy. You just do your duty, looking after yourself in the best possible way, looking after other people in the best possible way.
Doubt is a real problem. It's dangerous, is it?
Yeah, don't underestimate doubt, or don't underestimate how much of it there is in your life. We swim in it. Most people are just kind of in a swamp of doubt. Doubt is nothing less than confusion. It creates hesitation. It makes sure that you don't have the ability to be intuitive. When people talk about thinking out of the box, they're talking about getting out from under doubt. When people talk about first thoughts, dealing with your first thoughts and seeing that as the best creative mode, that's getting out from under doubt. But when you have doubt, when doubt takes a foothold, when you have a situation where you're always looking at two things. You see, one thing is having a lot of advantages, and that regardless of whether you're in a supermarket and you're trying to pick out rolls of toilet paper, or when you're in a car dealer and there's a Chevrolet in one showroom and across the street Toyota and then a Ford and whatever, Honda, you can look at them all and they all have their advantages. And doubt will keep you just going from one to the other. Well, this one here is better, and this one's prettier, this one has a longer guarantee, this one's cheaper, this one is better service. The difference between all of that stuff, and we're talking about toilet paper or cars, are really marginal. This is marginal differentiation. But the mind will go crazy once it's immersed in doubt and trying to get you to find the perfect selection, that you get it just right, and so that you can resolve your doubt. But you never will. You can't resolve doubt by swimming through doubt. You resolve doubt by taking the mind above doubt, and you see doubt as doubt. doubt is doubt. Doubt is a thing, can be seen with awareness. And when doubt is seen, then doubt disappears. In fact, anything that goes into your mind, if you see it with awareness, it disappears like poop. Supposing you have depression, supposing you feel uneasy, anxiety, you just look at that as a condition, as an object of awareness, and it's gone.
Is it true that most people think that they are their thoughts? We are what we think we are. We are what we think. I think I'm in confusion. I think I'm lost. I think I'm broke. I think I'm wealthy. I think I'm happy. If we think we are thoughts, what's going to be the result of that?
Well, as long as you take thinking as personal, then when you have a positive thought, you're going to feel pretty good about yourself. When you have a negative thought, you're going to feel not so good. You're going to be going from positive to negative. The mind will never be balanced. The balanced mind doesn't feel any particular bias towards either pleasure or pain. It just sees things as it is. This is the wisdom perspective, not to take it as a personal problem when something comes up in your mind and you feel confused or doubtful or angry or envious or any of the stuff goes on in our daily life. You just recognize these are conditions. They arise and they pass away, and they're not us. They're not us at all.
About meditation, would there be something you could offer us as a jumping off point, a starting point in beginning meditation?
Right. Well, if somebody is really ready to make a commitment to their spiritual life, they're going to want to find out how to meditate. When you start, you don't quite know what meditation is about or what it's for or where you're going or why do it even. But there's going to be something inside you that's willing to experiment. First thing you want to do is simplify your life and get your life into a program that works, a program that allows the mind to get more quiet, more peaceful. First phase of that is get up early. Of course, if you get up early, you got to go to bed early also. And so instead of watching the late night movies, you're willing to sacrifice that and to enjoy the 4 and 5 o'clock peaceful hours in the morning, which are quite unique and refreshing. And when you get into that mode and you start getting up early and sit and walk, contemplate and read books that are inclined to bring your mind towards a perspective of knowing the present moment, both in the body and the mind, and you're going to find yourself feeling much more alive, much more awake, and a certain appreciation for that quiet mind state that doesn't really occur unless you're by yourself, sitting quiet in the morning. And beyond that, then you just the rest of your life is developed around simplicity of not getting into complicated things, not trying to find ways of keeping yourself busy, moving around. When you have free time, you don't have to think about going bowling or watching the Idol show or whatever thing is happening. You just think about where can I find more space, more time to myself so that I can learn more about who I am.